Hey Apartment Therapy, welcome to our space. My name's Nick Lowry. I live here in Long Island City with my wife Anne, and we've been in our apartment for just about a little over 4 years now. When living in New York City, I feel like it's important to have multifunctional spaces that allow you to have friends over, host, and do various other things, but without it being your setup 100% of the time. We love the ability to keep our living room quite open, and that's why we also don't have a TV. We have like a projector that will pop up if we want to watch kind of longer format stuff or watch with friends. But it kind of allows us to just shift our space around a lot, whether it's like taking our dining chairs and rotating them over to kind of create a little bit more of an inclusive like lounge area in a sense. We can host more friends. It becomes something that's quite easy, and we can kind of like maximize the seating that we have in our space, but without taking much effort to do so. We also have like other multifunctional seating, like these lounge cushions, which are from Snow Peak. They're actually like camping lounge cushions, but they fold in half, and it's the best for if you're just like sitting at the coffee table, because like regardless of how many chairs you have, everyone's sitting on the carpet or on the coffee table. This is definitely one of the like latest additions to our space, which is these 2 USM bookshelves as well as a credenza. All of the pieces can be reconfigured. So we know we wanted some warmth in our space, so we ended up going with the USM beige. The beige is kind of like a newer color from USM, so I think future facing, it's obviously harder if we wanted to buy pieces secondhand and reconfigure them in the same panel color. But the beige also looks wonderful with the black panels. If you keep your material palette a little more simple and then add your color and personality through the other things that you collect, you have a space that can be a little more dynamic and can change and grow with you over time. Working from home, having a desk setup is really important for me. With it, I wanted to keep it as bare bones as possible, but still being kind of functional and clean in our space. So with it, I have like a standing desk, which is really nice, from Fully. I have this lamp, which is by Pablo Designs in San Francisco, that we purchased secondhand through Rarify. And it's cool because it actually like rotates and telescopes. My wife is a menswear designer, and she's had this sewing machine for just about 6 years or so now. Right now she's working on a cool jacket for one of our friends. Overall, like having a sewing machine at home is really nice, and having an industrial setup like this has been like great for her to be able to like actually work on projects at home that otherwise she would need like a studio space to do. In our kitchen here, we definitely try and have a focus on functionality. So we both cook a lot. I'm very into coffee, so because of that, I have my espresso and pour-over setups over here, which is definitely a really nice thing to kind of get your day started. Usually we'll just both sit over here next to each other, which is easy. But if we're like hosting friends or like having friends over for something, we'll kind of host from in the kitchen, which allows for it to be like the most communal experience. But it's really nice to not have to kind of worry about having a dining setup over here that takes up a lot of space. One of our favorite spots in our kitchen is definitely this wall here, where we have kind of a lot of different art that we've kind of like collected, along with a calendar and a flip clock. This print up top is by a cool small artist called Shaggy. This calendar is something that everyone always loves in our space. It's by a Taiwanese design studio called 5 Metal Shop. We have our flip clock, which is actually by Yoshitomo Nara, who is an artist that we have a decent amount of work in our space from. The skateboard is also by Yoshitomo Nara. That was actually in collaboration and produced by the Skateroom, which is a cool certified B Corp and nonprofit that produce skateboards in collaboration with artists and then donate proceeds to actually making skate parks, which is really cool. It's a cool way to own authentic and licensed art from artists while supporting a good cause and having a cool piece in your home. Exhibition posters are another really cool way that we like to have authentic art. Since it's technically a studio / one bedroom, there's actually this temp wall that was here when we moved in that has sliding doors, which works really well to make it enclosed as a definitely much more private space than like a traditional studio. So in our bedroom, we wanted it to be a pretty simple space, fully screen off. So with that, we don't have like a TV in there or anything, but we have across from our bed 2 standing wardrobes that have space for shoes below. So we use that for most of our like boots and other shoes. But yeah, overall we wanted to be like a very relaxing space. So we wanted to focus on good lighting and then also just a good bed setup. So our bed frame is from Sun at 6, which is a cool company that is run by a brother and sister, and they use a lot of traditional Chinese joinery techniques. For the lighting in our bedroom, we have 2 Isamu Noguchi Akari light sculptures. We love kind of the soft lighting that it adds to our space. Across from that in the hallway, we actually have 2 large double closets, which are pretty messy, but not every space needs to be presentable. We actually found out from a friend is the best way to store extra linens is actually just in your dryer, which is great because it frees up what would be like a whole drawer. In our bathroom, it's pretty simple overall. So we found a really nice bath runner actually. So it's meant to be alongside a bathtub horizontally, but we found that it actually worked really well in our bathroom to be kind of full length. We have a hidden cart that's from Yamazaki Home. And then over on the right side, we actually have a outdoor stool from IKEA. For us, we want our home to be approachable. We want to be able to showcase our hobbies. We want to be able to, most importantly, live in our space. I'm in the school of thought that your home is your space, so make sure it's something that you love and enjoy and are able to truly live in. To us, home is definitely something that we think about a lot, and for us, it's really a space that we're able to create memories in. So like if you have to move things or shift your home and life around in order to do things that you care about, you're gonna be less likely to do them. It's like if you have a sewing machine out, you're gonna be more likely to sew. If something's out and around, you want it to also look great. So you're able to enjoy it from an aesthetic perspective, as well as enjoy the actual act of doing it. It lets you be like proud of your hobbies and actually enjoy them. So that's why we want our space to be as open and inviting to kind of that creativity as possible.